create command is used to create a new table, and alter command it modify an existing database object such as table. Select command is used to retrieve the data of different records within a table or more than one table. Different types of operators. They are arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical operators, and operator used to negate conditions. Dear students, welcome to Computer Science Revision classes. I am Ravi Kumar KR, lecturer in Computer Science, Vidhyaashram PU College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Students, let us continue our discussion with the chapter 14, that is SQL commands. The weightage of the chapter is 8 marks. Here one MCQ and one 2 marks question and one 5 marks question. So total marks is 8 marks. That is the weightage of the chapter SQL commands. Now in this chapter we are going to cover the topics Introduction to SQL, Architecture, SQL commands, operators, constraints, keys, and built-in functions. Let us start with the introduction to SQL. So what is SQL? SQL stands for Structured Query Language. The full form of SQL is Structured Query Language, and it's a language of database. Again, it's a computer language. We are using it for database. So it includes database creation, deletion, fetching rows and modifying rows, etc. So SQL is a computer language for database applications, and with the help of this we can create a database, deletion, fetching, data, everything is possible here. And SQL, which is a database language for storing, manipulating and retrieving data stored in relational database. So this is another method we can say that SQL is a language for storing, manipulation and retrieving the data stored in a database. Now the standard language for relational database is SQL. So SQL is a standard language for relational database management system. So this is about SQL. And SQL, and here following are the groups of commands based on the nature. So one is DDL, data definition language, DML, data manipulation language, DCL, data control language, and DQL, data query language. Now let us see the definition of the different types of languages. So here DDL, data definition language, it defines the conceptual schema, providing a link between the logical way of the user views and the physical structure of the database. So DDL command is going to connect physical layer database as well as logical layer instructions. And DDL, it defines the physical characteristics of each record, field in the record, fields and data type, fields length, fields logical name, and also specify relationship among those records. So DDL, it defines the physical characteristics like the name of the field, length of the field, size of the field, and so on. And here these are the DDL commands, data definition languages. So first one is create command, or we say create query. So here it creates a new table. So create command is used to create a new table, and alter command, it modify an existing database object such as table. Here table is an object. So with the help of alter query, alter command, it used to modifies the structure of your table. Drop command, here it deletes an entire table. So these are the three DDL commands. One is create, to create a new table, alter, to modify the structure of the table or an object, and drop, to delete an entire table. Next we will see what is DML, that is data manipulation language. And here we have these three types of commands. One is insert command. So insert command is used to create a new record. So once the database is created, we have to input the data through records, that is insert command to create a record, and update, it modifies the record, or we can say it is to modify the values of a particular field in a record. Next, delete, it deletes record. So these are all data manipulation languages. Under this we have 3 SQL queries. Next we have DCL, that is data control language. So here there are two, one is grant and revoke. So what is a grant command? It gives a privileges to the user. So privilege is nothing but the permissions. So here the grant is a command, it gives privileges to the user in using the database. And revoke, it takes back the privileges given to the user. So revoke command used to takes back the permissions or the privileges given to the user. These two are DCL language. Next one is DQL, data query language. We have select command here or select query. So it retrieves certain records from one or more table. So select command is used to retrieve the data of different records within a table or more than one table. These are all different SQL commands. Next we will see in SQL language what are all different data types. Now here we have the following, these are the different data types. Here one is int is a data type, and numeric, and int is to store the whole numbers, and here this is the range of the int data type. And here float and real for decimal number, date and time are the data type, and again date, time, and this is character and varchar. These two are the character and string data type. See, these are all different data types, and here are the ranges of these different data types. In the next slide, we will see what are operators in SQL. So an operator is a reserved word or a character used primarily in an SQL statements with where class to perform different operations. So here operators is a reserved word and we are using with where, this is called where class. So for performing different types of operations, they may be comparison and arithmetic or other operations. So this is an operators in SQL. Now we will see different types of operators. They are arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical operators, and operator used to negate conditions. Now let us see what are arithmetic operators. And here the plus, this is for addition, and star or asterisk for multiplication, and this is for division, and this is modulus operator. So this is modulus operator, it gives the remainder of any division. These are all different arithmetic operators. Now let us see, next one is comparison operator. So first one is equals. So first one is equals. It checks if the value of the two operands are equal or not. If it is equal, the answer would be true. So here you can look at the example here. This is all the result of this, and here this comparison operator always result into either true or false based on the condition. If these two are equal, then it gives the answer as true, otherwise it gives the answer as false. So here equals, this is for not equals, and this is greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, are different comparison operators. Then again less than or equals to, not less than, and not greater than. All these are different comparison operators of SQL. In the next slide, we'll see what are all different logical operators. So logical operators, one is all. The all operator is used to compare a value to all the values in another value set. So there is a definition of all operator. And operator. The and operator allow the existence of multiple conditions in an SQL statements where class. So we are using along with the where class. Similarly, any, between, and exists. These are all different logical operators. And again, next we will see what are SQL expressions. So SQL expressions are combination of one or more values, operators, and SQL functions evaluate to a value. So what are expression? SQL expression, it's a combination of operators and functions and values, one or more values. Next, we will see different expressions of SQL. This is create a table, what you have seen under DDL command or data definition language command. Under that, first one is create. So create command is used to create a new table, and the syntax is create table, table name, and here column 1 and data type, comma, column 2 data type, and so on. And this is the syntax of this example: create table student, name of the table is student, and these are the values or fields of particular table. That is syntax. This is the syntax, and this is an example for create command. Next one is insert command, that is insert. So it is used to add a new record or a new row into a table in a database. So create command is used to create a table, and once a table has been created, the data has to be filled in, that is through insert command or insert query. So this is used to insert a new record, new data into a database. Next one is DESC. It stands for describe. So describe is going to display structure of the table. So DESC, this is the syntax, DESC and table name. Example DESC student. So it is going to give the structure of the table along with its properties like data type and its length, etc. Next one is alter command. It is used to modify or change the table. It's nothing but it's going to modify the structure of the table. It means that we can add new field into that, or we can add new column into the table, or we can remove any column from the table. So that is the use of alter command. And this is the syntax here, and this is an example. Next command is update command. So here it used to modify the existing records in a table. So update command or a query is used to modify the values of a particular field in a record. Next is a syntax and example. Next one is select command. It used to fetch the data from the database table. So it is used to display the data from a particular table or more than one table by using select command. So this is the syntax of this, and here is example for select query or select command. Next command is drop table. So drop table is used to remove a table definition and all the data from the database. So we are used to create a table with the help of create command, and drop table. Drop is a command to remove the table from the database. Again, delete command. So what is delete command? It is used to delete the existing record from the table. So here drop command is used to remove the table, but here delete command is used to remove a particular record from the table. So this is the syntax here, and this is the syntax, and here is an example of delete command. In the next slide, next we will go for SQL constraints. See, what are constraints? Constraints are the rules it enforced on data column on a table. So it is the rules or nothing but a sort of security to a table, but that is nothing but SQL constraints. So constraints could be a column level or table level. So either we can have a constraint for a particular column or for entire table. Now here following are the commonly used constraints of SQL. They are foreign key, not null, unique, and check. These are all different SQL constraints. Now in the next slide we will see what is order by. So order by, it is a class. It is used to sort the data in ascending or descending order based on one or more columns. So what is the meaning of order by? Order by is a class. So we used to sort the records in a table either in ascending or descending order. Next here, this is the syntax of this. This is the syntax, and here is an example. So this is order by class. Next one is group by class. So what is group by class? A group by class used in collaboration with the select statement to arrange identical data into group. So it is a group command. It is going to display the data in groups. And this here is the syntax of this. And here, this is an example for group by command. Next one is group functions. So we have SQL functions. They are group functions. Group functions are built-in functions that operate on groups of rows and returns one value for the entire group. So this is a definition of group function, and these are all different group commands. One is count, maximum, minimum, average, sum, and distinct. These are all different group functions of SQL. This function returns the number of rows in the table that satisfies the conditions specified in where class. So we are using this along with the where class. So here example, select count from employee where department is equal to CS. This is the condition in where class. And this is an example. And next one is distinct function. Distinct function, it used to select the distinct row or a unique row from the table. So these are all, this is here is count and distinct function. Next one is maximum function. It gets the maximum value from a particular column. So, and next one is minimum. It returns the minimum value from a column. This is a column level constraints. Again, select minimum salary from employee. This is an example for minimum function. Next, we have average. Average is used to get the average value of a numeric column. So this is a definition, and here is this is an example. Next one is sum function. It used to get the sum of numeric column. Sum, this is adding up the values of a particular column. So this is sum function. Next definition is creating views. So database views are created using create view statement. So this is a statement or an expression to create views. And views can be created from a single table or multiple table or another view. And this is a syntax, and here is an example. Next one is commit command. So the commit command is the transactional command used to save the changes invoked by a transaction to the database. So any changes made with, any transaction, any operation takes place with respect to a table or a database, it has to be confirmed with commit command. So commit command is a transactional command used to save the changes. So any changes made through transaction, that will be saved by using commit command. Next, the commit command saves all the transactions to the database since the last commit or rollback command. So this is the syntax commit. Next, we have grant command. So grant command is a command used to provide access or privileges to the database objects to the users. This is what we talk about, privileges. So grant command is used to give privileges to the users with respect to usage of the database. Here, nothing but permissions. It provides access permission or different types of permissions to the users in using database. Next one is grant command, and here is a syntax, and here is an example. Next, revoke command. Next, revoke command. The revoke command, it removes the user access rights or privileges to the database object. So whatever the privileges given to the users with respect to database, that will be taken back or it will be removed with the help of revoke command. So here is the syntax and example. Next, privileges and roles. So privileges, what are privileges? It defines access rights provided to the user on database objects. And here, this is what you have seen in our previous slide with the grant and revoke command. So privileges are permissions to the users with respect to usage of database. There are two types. One is system privileges, and it allows the user to create, alter, drop database objects. And object privileges, this allows the user to execute, select, insert, update query with respect to the database. So these are privileges and roles. Next, we have SQL built-in functions. So there are two types of built-in functions. They are single row function. Single row or scalar function return a value for every row that is processed in a query. So this is a single row function, a one type of built-in function. Second one is group functions. These functions group the rows of database on the values returned by the query. So this is one is single row function, second one is group function. Now let us see we have different group function. Under that, first one is numeric function. Under numeric, we have ABS is absolute value of a number, seal and floor, trunk and round. These are all numeric functions under group functions. Next, we have character or text functions, and here lower the string. All the letters in the string value is converted into lowercase. So here again to convert into uppercase characters and L trim and or trim. These are all character or text functions. Okay, next function is date function. So date functions, and these are functions that take values that are of data type date. So you know date is a data type. It takes the input as a date data type and returns the values of data type date. So this is the definition of date function, which accepts the input as the data type of date and returns the values of data type date. So this is date function. Under date functions, we have following types: add months and months between, round, trunk and next day. These are all different date functions. Students, in this session, so far we have learned the important concept of SQL and different category of SQL commands with the syntax and examples. We will continue my discussion in my next class. Thank you so much.